So modification of users, for example, if you see this is not required. We use a user mod to modify. So in only two options we are done. One is like adding a user to a group, primary group. Okay, and another one is adding a user to um, a group as a secondary group, and we verified that one. Okay, but I want to show you something like tail space hyphen 5 slash etc slash pass wd. Okay, here if you see, mm, oh, user 1, user 2 is there, user 3 gone. Okay, it's okay, no problem. If you see user 1, okay, if you see user 1, there is no comments here, the comment is not there. Okay, I want to put the comment, so like this, user mod hyphen c. So comment is like a user 1, um, quotation I'm putting user 1 Vedic soft, like Vedic, whatever it is. So user 1. Again, I'm checking this same thing. If you see in comment, the comment is user 1 Vedic. Okay, like that. So we can add a comment. We can change the username. If you don't like this username, I can change the username. I can change home directory. I can change no login. So different options we can use it, and we can change it. Okay, user mod hyphen hyphen help. Here it is. Hyphen c for a comment. Hyphen d for a home directory. Hyphen e expiry inactive. Hyphen c group id. Capital G, that is also group. See, if you see group id means primary group. Force use group as a new primary group. Capital G is a supplementary group. Okay, hyphen a is a appending, like you are adding to a multiple groups, then it should be you have to use hyphen a. So if you have a multiple secondary groups, then you should add it to that one. So one second. Mm, um, the user one group id is primary group is so 1002. So what is it? So id user one. So its primary group is group 1, and supplementary group is group 2. For example, there is a group called a wheel. Okay, there is a group called wheel. So we have to go to um, mm, cat space slash etc slash group. Maybe I will use less. Less is better. Okay, so if you go, this is the wheel group. Already one user is there. That is student. Students supplementary group is wheel. Okay, it is group id is a 10, and wheel group is there. I'm putting QO, wheel group is there. Okay, so user mod hyphen capital G wheel group and user one. What will happen? It replaced the supplementary group. It remove this group, and this group will be replaced here. Instead of adding extra group to the user one, okay, so it will replace the existing supplementary group. So that is the volume. So what I will do, I put a hyphen a. It means it will append. Means group one is already there anyway. Primary group. If you change only one primary group, a user can be in only one single primary group, because that's why it is called as primary group. Okay. So user can be in a multiple groups as a supplementary groups. Okay. But when you are adding a supplementary group, already existing supplementary group is there, and you are adding a new group, then what happen? It replace the existing one. To instead of replacing, we are adding an extra group. We have to use a. It's like a append. If you see now, wheel group is there and group 2 also there, so it is not replacing that one. Why it is came to before instead of after group 2 we should get a wheel, right? Because the group id is a 10, so smaller number is giving more preference. And this is a primary, that's it, is always primary, shift always first. Okay, so this is a important thing. So you should add your user to the group, because um, uh, when you are doing a Oracle installation in a Linux, for example, if you are installing Oracle database in Linux time, so you should have a few groups are there, like a DBA group, okay, O install group, okay, it should be in a O install group, Oracle group, another group name is Oracle group. Okay, anyway, you have to create a user called a Oracle user. Username is Oracle and group name is Oracle, and there is a you should add yourself into the DBA and O install group. Otherwise, you can't get a installation rights. Okay, to get that one, so you have to create a Oracle user first. Then you have to add yourself to other groups as a supplementary group. So I think you understand where we are using. It's a direct example. There are a lot of examples will be there, but this is a direct self-experience example. So these are important. So adding a user to a changing user into a primary group and adding a user into multiple groups. Okay, so that is the thing. Already I told about wheel group. Okay, so how we can use sudo and all. So we can use it. Okay, guys. Next, are we given a user one password or not? Yeah, we are given a password for user one. Hmm. I'm giving a password to user two also, because I have only two users now. I deleted remaining users. Password is user two only. User two only. I typed the password, so don't worry. So we should give more than 7 characters, but I didn't give it. Okay, so no problem. I'll update authentication token successfully. So I given a password for user one and as well as a user two also. ID user two. So it is not in any other groups. It is there. The group user two group primary group is group one only. For a user one, it is a primary group is group one and as well as a it is also there in a group two and as well as 10 wheel group also. Okay. So remember I add a user one to wheel group also. Okay. Now I'm going to user one. Okay. So this is about your modifications. So I told two modifications, right? Adding a comment and as well as adding a user to a another extra supplementary group. Like so many options are there. Okay. Here this is a user one. So I log in here. So I want to, if I put a exit, what will happen? This will be closed. So I'm closing anyway. So I close user one. So again, I will open it. No, so don't worry about it. So here I saved this session. So here load. So automatically my IP address came up. Otherwise, you have to type the IP address, Linux PC IP address here. And I saved it because every time you have to type means again extra work, right? So I'm habituated to do that one, so no problem. Sorry. I want to restart the session so you can see. User one and typing user one password, but it is won't show anything. Okay, so clear. So this is my user one. So here I'm working. So my PWD is currently user one, and I don't have any files in my current directory. I use ls command to see it. So not files are there. Okay, now I'm user one. So forget about root. I'm using root in back. Another window root is there. So forget about it. So I'm not in the root. Okay, so what I'm doing is here I have a work with root. I have a work with root. So I have to install something in my PC. So I have to switch from user one to root. Then only I can able to do some administrative commands. Administrative commands. For example, user add user three. I want to do it. So I can't do if you do. You don't have a permissions. So I have to work like with the root only, right? So I'm typing who am I. So you are user one. Now su space hyphen and it is asking for a password. I have to give root password. Okay, I'm switching to root password. Okay, so when I log in, so it is showing some error. That is because of we didn't log in properly earlier. That's why. Now root. So I'm typing who am I. Still it is showing a user one. See, I log in as a root. Earlier it is see user one. Okay, user one, user one, user one. But if you see root, but it is showing root it is showing user one only. Why? Because of when I log in to my Linux, I log in with user one only. Actually I log in with user one only, but I switching from root to user one. I switch from user one to root. Okay, it is showing still showing you the actual login only. Just we are switching, we temporarily we are switching, that's it. If you check the pwd, the current directory is changed. The current directory earlier it is showing home slash user one, but if you see it's a slash root. Current working directory is changed. If you check, the files are created as a root. And if you want to type like a user add hyphen z group one user three, yeah, it is created. See, here it is showing a permission denied. Here it is accepted. It is accepted here. So that is the use of administration concept. So root have a privileges to do administrative task, but normal user don't have a privileges to do that one. Okay. So I added a user. So if you want to verify, you can verify like user three, or you can use that password file or anything. Okay. Now I switch it to root. Now I want to go back to my actual user. I want to go back to my previous user is user one, right? So what I'm doing, I put exit. I put exit. So when I put exit, so it will going back to user one automatically. If I put exit again, the terminal will close. Why? Because I'm exiting completely. Exiting enter user one login because one time login only. So this is su. And already we discussed this su. What is hyphen without hyphen? What it is? Like su only single su. So what is it? Admin at the rate 123. Still it is so we log into user, so we get user game, but if you say pwd, home directory is not changing. Home directory is not changing. Okay, I get back to my user only. So pwd normally my home your directory is only came up. Okay, so there is a hyphen, so I'm hyphen must be given. Why? Because of then only you will get your own home directory there. Okay, in certain cases it depends upon what case you use it. So with hyphen, without hyphen, based on that you can change. Without hyphen also we can give in certain cases. Okay, so currently better not to use without hyphen, so use su space hyphen. Okay, next one, how to switch a user from user one to user 2. I have a user 2, right? So just now I given a password. So user 1 want to switch to user 2. So I have a I am using two users here. So one is a user 1, another one is a user 2. Now I want to switch from user 1 to user 2. User 2, switching to user 2, su space hyphen user 2. Some people don't believe what is hyphen. It is minus. Plus minus is there, no? That's a minus. Okay. Mm. Not underscore. This is called underscore. Okay, be careful. Some people put as sir. I put a su space underscore. user 2, it's not working. It won't work because it's hyphen, it is not my underscore. Okay, English. Normally, what we know English, that is only I'm speaking. So it is asking password. Why it is asking password? Because you're a normal user and you're switching to normal user only. Okay, and the password is user 2. So I given a password for user 2. Now I'm user 2. Who am I? Showing user 1 only. PWD, the user 2 home directory. If I create any file, it will be created under user 2 only. Is anything created? Not created. Okay, so is it any create? Nothing is created, just it's a file. Like you can create a file, but so for example, touch file 1 ls. So file 1 is created under user 2 directory only. Okay, slash home slash user 2 only it is created. So I'm switching to user 1. I switch to user 2 and I'm working with user 2 now. If I don't want, I want to go back to my user 1, then I'm back to user 100. So this is how we can switch from a normal user to root, and normal user to another normal user we can able to switch. Okay, so if you are root and you want to work with a normal user, okay, you want to work with a normal user. Now what I'm going to do is I want to switch. I'm in a root, I want to switch to user 2, just directly user 2. It's not asking password. See, it is directly switched. Why? Because it's a root. Root has all privileges, right? So root don't require your permission to enter into your system. Okay, root directly can come. That's root having that kind of privileges. Okay, so now I am in already there. So what is the pwd slash home slash student slash user 2. Okay, and who am I? Root only, because I'll actually log in with the root account in the terminal. So I am getting root only. Okay, just switch temporarily, I switch to user 2. Next ls file 1. In user 2 having a file 1, how file 1 is came up. I When I switching in another terminal from user 1 to user 2, I created file 1. Now it is showing that file 1. Okay, I created this file 1, right? So this is the file and this is the entire information about file, so that we will discuss. Okay, later, not now. It's already 10 to 5. Let's see. Okay guys, this is switching from one user to another user. I'm going back again to my root. Okay, next. So user 1, so I'm putting it clear here. Okay, so user 1 want to do some administrative work. For example, passwd user 2. I want to change password for sorry, user 3. I want to change password for user 3. So user 1 want to do that one. So you don't have a privileges. See, only root can specify a username. Okay, for example, I put a only password, but only it is showing. So enter your current password, next password, next password. Control C, exit from it. Okay, don't change anything now. You can change your password. Listen carefully. You can change your password, no problem. But you cannot change the other user password. For normal account, that is the privileges. I'm going to sudo. Okay, instead of for example, to change the password I need a root privileges, right? How to go to switch to root, then only I can able to do it. But root is all privileges. Is your senior admin is no root password. You won't give everyone to root password, right? So if you have a task like you want to change the password for someone, or maybe you want to create an account, or maybe you want to access a file, or you want to modify a file. Okay, so you don't have a privileges, then you switch it to root and you changed it. Sometimes lack of experience or maybe malpractice, like it may danger for your server. Maybe it is some server related things can be compromised. So root admin, it won't give you a password for you. Root password you are not getting, but still you are also an administrator in a certain level. You have to manage few things, right? So you need a little bit extra privileges than a standard user. You need a little bit extra privileges. You need a privileges to do some work, right? So you need a privileges. If you don't have a privileges, so you cannot do work, right? So normal privileges we have, user privileges there, but you need admin privileges. You cannot work with you don't have a root password. Listen carefully, you don't have root password, and without root password you cannot do admin work. Okay, and you don't have any admin related privileges, then what to do? Okay, so when you request, so if you are a sudo user, then you can able to do as a administrator. See, like a sudo means do as a super user type, root is a super user, and do as a super user, like a run as a administrators type. Okay, in windows we have a run as administrator, right? If you right click on any application, it shows open or run as administrator, so you can see like that. Same thing, same concept as a run as administrator is a sudo. Always we have to compare a few things with the windows, so then we'll understand, and as well as the comparisons always very useful at interviews. Okay, run as a administrator type only sudo. So changing password for user 3. See, directly it is coming. Why earlier it is not working? Now it is working because it's a sudo. Okay. So it is asking for a new password, but I'm not doing anything. Just I'm control C. Okay. I'm not changing the password. Just the command is working here, but it may not work also. So if it is not working, like I will show you one thing, like su space user 2. I switch to user 2. I want to switch to user 2. Now I'm in a user 2. Same command I'm putting sudo swd user 3. It's throwing an error. See, throwing an error. There is a reason because already I told this one. Now I'm telling again why, because of if you observe something or not. Okay, so we trust you. We trust you have a receive the unusual lecture from the local system administrator. It usually boil down to those three things: respect the privacy of others, think before you type. With great power comes with great responsibility. You know, when you want to scold someone, so just copy paste this one and paste into your Facebook and YouTube. No, someone put some comments on what you don't agree with it, so copy it and post it, send it to it. Like one of your friend, like girls, put a selfie, paste this one, so they never put a selfie again. Okay, even if you are putting a password here, okay, user 2 is not in the sudoers file, this incident will be reported. So my question is, why user 1 can be a sudoer, and why not, why user 2 cannot be a sudoer? If you remember last class, you can able to answer it. And what just happened before I done few thing in just um, before I started this sudo thing, just before only, not morning class also, in just after break class only. Guys, anybody remember why user 1 can able to become a sudoer, why user 2 cannot be a sudo user? I'm typing answer here. Now you tell me why user 2 cannot be a sudo user. Is not a sudo user, not cannot be, he can be, but not, currently is not a sudo user. But user 1 is a sudo user. How? You remember last class or not? Are you studying or not? See, this is how interview questions are there, how practically questions are there. Anyone? If you look at the screen, you can give an answer also if you remember something, if you practice. Already we done a sudo thing in a here. Yeah, here it is. See this one only. So for sudo, sudo here like this. SSH connecting sudo. Now tell me. Do you remember? You can say any answer, no problem. Any random answer, no problem. Someone is sent. Yeah, very good. Very good, Sneha. Given answer. Maybe user two is not added into wheel group. Yes, that's his answer. Simple. That's why I put this one. Okay. So if you don't know, also you can give answer that is wheel group. This is a normal group we created, right? So earlier we use wheel group. Like we user one, I added to wheel group, and user two not in a wheel group. Okay. So that is the answer. Very good. Then another question is, so what? If it is not in a user wheel group, then how can he become a pseudo user? So answer I will tell. So now Alan, you see less slash etc slash sudo ers, right? ers. Okay, this is the question. So when you press tab button, the multiple options are came. So ers less slash etc slash sudo ers. If you go there, go to almost last. Okay, if you have a time, then you can read all these things. These are the things. Okay, see, this is a setting for both root and as well as this one. If you see here, it is allow root to run any command anywhere. Root all equal to all. So that is giving it can run anywhere and all the things will come up. Allow people in the group to run all the commands. Okay, percentage will all all see all equal to all and all, it means it can run any command, but will has a condition. So for this group, this statement has a condition, no password all, no password all. So here there is a hashtag is there earlier. So when we do that practical, we remove this hashtag. Before percentage there is a hashtag, I remove that hashtag. So I keep the percentage wheel. So because of I removed that one, so completely without asking password it can able to run. And I add the user to wheel group. Okay, I add a student to wheel group, and as well as I add a student to wheel group, and as well as I add a user one to wheel group. So automatically, because of user one is a member of wheel group, and because of this configuration or a setting, is getting privileges. I'm pressing Q. So that is a answer. So wheel group is already mentioned in the sudoers file. So their hashtag is also removed for a second statement. And who are the member of the wheel group become sudoers. If I add user 2 to the wheel group, then user 2 become sudoer. So how to add it? User mod. Anybody want to tell statement how to add a user to a group, that is supplementary group? I want to add a question. What is the question? I want to add user to wheel group as a supplementary group. What is the statement? Anyone? If you speak, no problem. Any question, any answer. How to add it? Just before only I told na, how I add a user one to there. Very good. Same. Same command and there is a nothing, only username is changed. User mod hyphen a means a, no a, no problem, because we don't have any extra groups. Okay, otherwise you can by chance better practice with hyphen a, no problem. And next user, now id user 2, so you can see he's also in a wheel group. I'm going to this one, now is user 2, right? Now can I run this command? It is asking for a password for user 2. Okay, so it won't ask, but I will give password. Then what happened? What you should follow? See, it is showing user 2 is not in a sudo user file. Incident will be reported. Why it is occur? Because it's not at updated to user 2, because user 2 already login. It's not updated. You should log out and log in. Anyway, again I'm switching. I'm in user 1, so I'm switching to user 2. User 2 password. Try again. Now it is working now. Asking for a new password. I'm putting user 3. User 3. Working. Good. Okay. This is how we can able to understand and solve it. So once you put a question, then how you will do it? Obviously, you can able to do it. You can compare. We can see. We can understand. We can remember all the things. Practice, practice. You will remember. I done so many years of practice. Still struggling sometimes. Okay. You don't need to learn 100%. Learn what you are doing. Learn what you can able to learn it, and just try it, you will get it. Okay. Okay. This is about your sudo years. Okay. I came back. This is it, guys. Think, so there is a commands tomorrow. What we can able to do it. So we'll see. Explain about sudo user adding and all. I'm not added anything here. Okay. So I put a user add more. Explain hyphen what is the use of hyphen a and hyphen z wheel group to user 2. This is I told, and user mod hyphen c in quotations user 1 Vedic for user 1 to add a comment, and also explained what is sudo here also. Okay, I explained about switching, right? So I log in as a user 1. Okay, so I'm switching hyphen to what is the option. This is for switching to root. Okay, if I put like this, um, user 2 means switching to user 2. Okay, remember when you are switching to root from normal user, you need a password. Okay, if you are switching to user 1 to user 2, okay, you log in as a user 1 and you are switching to user 2. Okay, this is for logout. You need password. Okay, you know, the interviewer are very intelligent. He's not only intelligent, he's very experienced candidate. But how to capture people in a small things. Okay, so you can learn very big commands. Like you can know how to set up a big server and all everything. So you went to the interview and sir, I can able to set up all the servers. I put a iSCSI server, I put a RAID server, I LVM server, or maybe storage, web server, file server. Okay, so you can say like I can put a full clustering server, okay, DevOps server, everything, and he asks you some small question, and you can't able to answer it. So you said you are able to put all the server things, but you don't know the very small command. So that is the interview. That is interview. They'll try to catch you with the very very small observations only. That's a struggle to tell all these things. Exit for logout anyway. Okay, so that is the thing. If you are in a root, you are already in root. Okay, su space hyphen user 3, user 2, for example. Okay, so do you need a password for this one? Thing to user 2. Okay. Do you need a password? No one is telling anything. No need of password. No need of password. Anyway, exit for logout. Okay, so this is a thing. For example, user 1 want to okay, so you log in as a user 1. Okay, so you want to run a admin command. For example, sudo swd user 3. Okay, so you want to run this command. Okay, so how to run? First go to, I told about nano, so nano is quite easy. Okay, slash etc slash sudo ers sudo s, then find out percentage wheel, that statement, and hash percentage wheel also there. That all statement is there, no? That is all equal to, in brackets, all all like this. This will be like this only. All equal to, in brackets, all, no pass word or pass something will be there. I didn't remember is something all is there. Equal to or something is there. You can check it once. If you check it, you will get it. You can see less. mm, no pass wd colon. Very good. This one, same thing. Okay. So this hash symbol is there now. You have to remove it and save it. Okay. Remove, save it, and close it. That's it. As a root. So you have to do it in a. Okay. So you have to log in as a root. Then you have to do these things. Okay. And after this one, what you do? Okay. After this one, what to do? You have to add your user mod hyphen a small hyphen capital Z. So wheel. So user one. Okay. So add it. Then verify ID user one. So wheel group is added to wheel group or not. Okay. It's already there. Then it is good. Then try. Then try sudo pass wd. Okay. So user three. Then working on that. Okay. Login as a user one and try it. Okay. Otherwise exit user one once again and you will do it like this. So this is uh, in a our recorded thing is little bit different because I done with the user 2. Okay, and then I try show with the user 2. This is a normal procedure for command purposes and area purposes. Okay guys, so I think you done or not, I don't know, but try up to here. Okay, so tomorrow what we are going to discuss tomorrow also today I will tell. So that's will become plan. there is a few commands, like already I given that commands. Date command is there, so we'll practice the date command. Echo, main important is of course ls things. So file creating commands using cat or touch commands. Okay, cat and touch commands, and copy commands, copy, move, okay, delete, okay, remove. Okay, so copy means cp, mv, rm is rm, so remove means rm. Okay, so how to copy the files, how to do it, yes. And different wildcards also there, that is tomorrow morning we'll see, and afternoon we'll see remaining parts. Okay, so it will take time, slowly better to understand. Okay, if you are complete the practical fast, then it is good. So mostly try to complete by night, so you will get a doubt, so then you can ask tomorrow. If you start tomorrow, then the commands will increase. Okay, so this is tomorrow we'll see, today completed. Okay, so I'm going to stop video.